So, since it's decided to rain a bit, I just got back in the sleeping bag. I wasn't in any hurry to get up anyway. So I'm sure not in any hurry now.
And I'm sitting here enjoying the sunshine.
Oh.
We had a nice smother.
Huh?
We had a nice smother sunshine come out and hit on the ground there a while ago.
Boy, didn't we? It was still dripping on the van down there. I was sleeping good. And Calvin came up. You're not going to disappoint me, are you?
Oh, what, Dave?
You got your horse pre-saddled, right?
You better believe it. You better believe it. He comes saddled and goes home saddled.
That guy that drove up, he was confused. He was trying to get to Mount Rogers. I said, how? And he said, what? And he said, I'm trying to get to Mount Rogers. And Google brought me right here. And I said, how? He said, what do you mean? I said, you plan on hiking, riding a horse, or what? He said, no, driving. I said, well, you can't get to Mount Rogers driving. He said, oh. I said, there's no roads to the top of Mount Rogers.
You go down and go to the scales and go up to the,
Yeah.
that's as far as you can go. That may be kind of a muddy place to go out when you come back out through here. Yeah. It may be a little sloppy out through there. If you didn't get through there. Where at? You know, when you go out here and go up through there and then you turn out and come out this long. Yeah. It's just level out through it. Last time I come through there, it was all right, but about half of it a little muddy.
Don't get real all right anywhere they won't go. If it burns off, I don't care if we go to the top. I just didn't want to get up there and get in the fog and get lost. I don't care how much you know this mountain. That fog will get you on the wrong track.
Yeah, one thing about it though, you'll know you're still on that mountain. And there's always a way off. It might not be the way you want.
Especially on a horse.
Yeah. Do what?
So it'd be nice if they get there and clean up, mow up some of these little feeder fields.
They're riding the roads, I'll tell you that.
Pays the same.
Huh?
It pays the same.
Yeah. I mean,
That's just like those, that bunch out there where Case
need a little wax on that.
I was cruel to my horse that he needed to be got off and walked and all that stuff. Why, them things, just a walking on these trails, just a flat walking, that ain't much different being in pasture field.
After
Ain't about go to sleep a walking.
Trey's got his little horse saddle.
jogging and loping, I don't care anything about any of that. I just want to walk at a decent pace.
Me too.
We all have to walk.
Me too. You look good, Trey.
I seen ya.
I got some good news for you, and I got some bad news for you.
For who?
The good news, we're going to ride. The bad news, the dog eats your sausage.
Do what?
The dogs eat. Terry put the dogs in there. I
Uh-oh.
had sausage cooked and laid there. for
They eat my sausage?
They eat it. Now they eat what I had. They didn't eat none of yours.
That's a little devil.
I had 3 big patties laying there. And of course you go out to fry you some more sausage.
We got more, ain't we? Huh?
Huh?
We got more sausage, ain't we?
Yeah, we got plenty of sausage. But
Well, we'll
I had
just
it
we'll
ready,
just cook a little
biscuits
more.
ready and everything.
We'll just cook a little more.
I don't know where they biscuits or not now. Put them in there. They're in there.
And it's first time the dogs have robbed
I
us.
don't want them. I don't like them big high-headed horses.
I don't either. Oh God, there's a power.
Come here, dog. Get up, come here, dog. Come here, come on, come here, come on, come on. Come here, come here.
I think every one of them horses is some kind of gated something.
Them there's some of them Rocky Mountains or whatever it's called. They're pretty horses and they're short horses. But about every one of them you see, they hold their head up like this. I mean, it's pretty, I guess if you want to call it pretty. I don't like to ride them. That old man, you remember that old gal used to come up here and they parked right here. She's long haired and wore that damn hat. That old man always sit with her. They had a damn Freightliner truck.
Oh yeah.
He come up here, they come up here for years. They went back over on this back side and was going to show people the map. They went off on the back side and he went down there somewhere to run out of trail. Well, he said the trail's just right up here. I'll just go through the woods. And they got back in here at 3 o'clock the next morning. He got lost back over on that back side.
Well, you could do it.
And yet I've seen them up here one time since then. That's been 2 years ago at least. And they used to stay up here. And I ain't seen them but one time since then. Now he had all he wanted that mountain.
Well, you get off the trails up here. That's the only way most people navigate is by trail. If they get off the woods, they don't know where they're
Instead
at.
of turning around, they said that the people's with them. Said he just went out there and said, I missed the trail, it's just right up here.
But you know, me and you hunted up in here when the only frickin' trail up here was the Appalachian Trail and the Iron Mountain Trail. That was it. You didn't have all these trails everywhere. Even over there was no Grayson Highland State Park. Park wasn't there. All of that was just forest.
Hillside
I
like
used
the
to backpack in up there on that place. Now there was no trails nowhere. You was up there by yourself for a couple of weeks at a time. And that was ages ago. Then they built the park. They got trails all over the place. Well, everywhere I used to just wander around, there's freaking trails now. They're everywhere.
If you don't watch out, you get on a trail and you ain't too familiar with it.
Yeah.
It'll bring you out somewhere, but it won't bring you up where you want.
Where you think it's going to.
That's something going. You get turned around and you come out on trail and you say, well, I'm just right up here. Well, hell, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah. When at first, when we started coming up here, when I started coming up here riding with it, going up in the mountains that I had hunted all over, just going across the country and here and there, and a trail would go into the woods and wander around here and there, and you're just lollygagging around, not paying attention, and all of a sudden you're like, well, where in the heck am I? So that trail would come out, and you get you confused there for a while, and you look around, oh shit, I know where I'm at. But when it's in that woods just wandering around and you're not paying any attention, you don't know where you're liable to come out.
Yeah,
And like you said, them people back there, if they ain't been in them woods, you get your butt lost, you can stay in there forever. Which is harder to do now because there's trails everywhere.
If you get on the trail, come out, you're going to come out somewhere in a little short trail. But he got out back in there. I know what he done. He went down here.
Well, first of all, there's fewer trails on this side.
Yeah.
There's trails everywhere over here on this.
He come out over, what is it, what is it, that bridge over there? You go across the mountain, come out over there. Little rock road comes down there to,
Well,
if you come back into town, you come out over to the theater. Thomas's
Thomas Bridge. Thomas Bridge.
They got down
T's
there before you
and
turn down
Thomas
in to go to
Bridge.
Thomas's Bridge.
Yeah.
They went that road, and there's a trail goes out through
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You go out to that trail a long way, you rode it, you come back up on top. Well,
Right.
that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Come back, show them people that trail, come back up on top, and come back into.
Yeah.
Well, he went out through there and missed that trail.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, it's just got to be right up there."
It don't
I
have
don't
to
know
be.
where he got. He couldn't find the trail.
Well, then if you get in just in the woods with horses, it's hard going anyway.
Well, that's why he'd go in. He'd run into laurel thicket. He'd back up to her and go around this laurel thicket, and he ended up going around and around and around. They didn't know where they was at, and they said he got back in at 3 o'clock. They left out that morning early. Got in next morning 3 o'clock, and I've seen him back up here one time, sitting right here since then. That's all I've ever seen. He used to stay up here. I asked him one time. I said, we did talking. I don't say much to him. He ain't very talkative. He gets to talking, he'll talk. I met him one time way out on yon end of the mountain where it turned. He was out there by himself. Acts like he knowed exactly where he's at and everything. Come back here. Smoke don't believe in having to stay in the back feet on one time.
Well,
Trace been in here.
yeah.
Radio on.
There's apples on those.
Dead dog. Just limbs.
There's apples on. There's apples.
What's that dead there? There was apples on it that big around biggest baseballs at times here. You get a cup full of sack full of them.
Apples on that one, but apples on this one. Right here where you turn across that bridge, right there. I went across there one morning, that creek was absolutely black with trout.
I had.
Lord have mercy. This is called Rocky Hollow. And we actually came up here, there's a horse camp up there. I don't know if that's off of a diesel or smoke or what, but
You'd sit there and talk and see a lot of deer sign.
that looks sort of like that stump that they had on Walt get out on the road out there in Idaho, don't it? Rocky Hollow Horse Camp. Barnes cabin, you know, Kenny come up here and brought his camper one year, and it snowed and it was spring before they get it out. Man, this is a steep looking damn place for a horse camp, ain't it?
Yeah, they got a sign down here. Load your horses up here. Walk your horses out. Your spun's bad if you load it down and bring the horses out. I reckon you can come out all right now since they paved it. But they hadn't paved it for a long time.
Christmas Tree Farms is about the only way people got to even make any money up here. I know, huh? The whole country up here is Christmas Tree Farms. They're everywhere.
Most of them, it's like that old man was grabbing horses. Man come in here and rented the farms off of it, pay you so much a year, and they did a 10-year lease, and they put the Christmas trees there. You don't touch them, all you do is take the money and live by it.
Down here in the middle of nowhere, we've got pumpkin patch. And typical of this country, there is Christmas tree farms everywhere. I don't see Trey's horse.
That's right. They went further than he said he was going, I tell you that. It looks like it's coming pretty good with the shower right here.
Depending upon where you might be, you'll out be in fog so thick you can't see up there too.
Yeah, if he gets on top of it right now, you know, better be hunting in a tree and come off of it.
I believe they went on a little bit longer than they anticipated. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Finally back to camp. It's raining. Boys are still out riding, so they're getting a little wet, no doubt. Well, in here, that looks light back in there, but that ain't light. It's actually some dark clouds. Thunder booming.
They've been raining. They've been out in the rain an hour, I guess, ain't they?
Oh, yeah.
10 to 3.
Here, now Lord knows where they're at. I mean,
It's 10 to 3.
they may have dodged some of it, or they may be in a whole bunch more of it.
Gilbert and she.
Huh?
Gilbert, what time do you think they left out here? 10 o'clock this morning? Or before, anyway?
Somewhere around 10-ish. Somewhere around 10, I don't really know.
It's been 5 hours. He's been around, they've been there going about 5 hours. That's Kevin's about it. He's about ready to come in if he can get in. I say they're headed toward them.
Well, 4 or 5 hours, that's a pretty good ride.
Yeah.
We didn't have good sense. We thought we had to ride 10 or 12 hours.
Last time I rode with Romp Marty and them, he had his girlfriend with him and all that shit, and he come up here. We rode to the scales. Well, I enjoyed it going up there and enjoyed it bit of it. Well, they wanted to go all the way to the ice cream store. Well, hell, that's 2 more hours.
Yeah.
I went to the ice cream store, made it pretty good. Turned around and come back. Time I got to the scales, I wasn't making it too good. Time I got off down over in these damn hollers, my damn ass didn't have no meat left on them. They was driving meat and bones was beating and the thrashing together and was hurting. And time I got back out here, I didn't want no more riding.
Well, when you left the scales up there and headed here, it's all downhill.
Yeah.
That downhill is rougher on you than going up it.
You put your feet down to hold yourself back, but your legs get started, which mine does.
Yeah.
You turn loose, then you're sitting right down on that saddle coming.
Yeah.
The time I got down over, I coming down last little bit of
Yeah.
well, my hips was hurting, and I had
I've come off there several times. My thighs or my calves or your feet or your ass or something hurting, you know.
4 hours is good riding for me. I can make it easy. That ride around through there, I can make it easy. But that other 2 hours we added to it, but the old little horse didn't do nothing wrong. He done
I'd
good.
hate for somebody to park me on a horse right now and send me out on one of them 10 or 12 hour rides that we used to do.
I'd make 10 or 12 hours, but I'd make it in 2 or 3 days. I'm gonna do a lot of camping.
No. That one ride that we took and we left the cabin, went all the way up over 21, you know, for what do they call that, campground. We was headed back in at 4:30. That woman said, "Y'all getting kind of a late start, aren't you?" Oh, shoot, why are you kidding, lady? We'd have been in the saddle over 8 hours at that point. Had a long ride to go.
Well, that last 2 mile down through there, we even got off and walked because our legs.
Yeah, got off and walked. I got video of you walking along bow-legged as it helped me hobbling along behind you.
Yeah, that last 2 hours was.
Ooh, that was mean.
Wasn't.
At least, I mean, that was a long couple hours or so.
Hey, two less hours and enjoyed it. But we just.
Well, we rode going away from camp till we was tired.
Yeah.
Then you had to turn around and head back. You know, oh my gosh. That wasn't real smart.
Home, Papa.
Well,
I don't want to ever
now let me see what's happening. You see that boy out there in that truck?
Yeah.
He brought Trey into camp. And I said about an hour ago, I said, them boys got lost. They're lost, I guarantee.
That's a shelf road on that
And
mountain.
that guy drove in, parked at camp, and Trey gets out of the truck.
That's a shelf road on that mountain.
So, boy, that ain't good.
Never get lost.
Something bad's happened. Trey's lost and Kevin's horses.
When you get to the top, we didn't go, you know, I told him,
Shoes off Kevin's horse.
Wait, didn't you go to the store?
no, hell no,
You missed the store.
we missed the store way back.
How'd you miss it? Only trail there.
Bullshit.
Jack, they've come
No.
up. How'd they miss the store? They went this side of the store. How can I explain that?
We went
We'll
some.
see if he's in Middle Fork of Helton. I know how they did. And if they didn't, he's on the other side of the
They'd had to
park
go
down
out there,
there.
go out the top of the mountain.
Haven Home
Go to
Furnishings
the left
guarantees
and
the
go
best
out there
price on all
like
your
you're
home
going
decor
around
and furniture
the end of
needs.
the mountain and then
Mattresses,
go off to the
dining
right,
room
go
sets,
down.
Does this have rear air, Trey?
sectionals, rugs, and more. Haven Home
Does
Furnishings.
it have rear air?
High quality,
No.
affordable prices.
Every one of
Exit
them trade.
17, Abingdon, beside the Hampton
I don't
Inn.
get Trey out here either.
I feel there now.
Well, you know how if you go, you know that way, we went this way, right? Straight. You,
Go up here and go through the mud like you're supposed to.
no.
How'd you get top of the mountain?
Okay.
Go up down.
You know where the
Did it get foggy on your Trey?
yeah, and fucking rain. My boots
Was
are-
it the fog got you turned
Go up
around?
little forks.
I don't know. We rode this one trail. It was like, I think it was 30. It was a bunch of miles. He's like, and we went to we parked right there. We saw the same spot twice. We said,
Same spot twice.
we was up there at that top at 1:30. Said,
You get wandering around and wind up the same spot twice? Is that what you said?
yeah.
Well, that can happen when you get, but you must have got turned around in the fog
All
to
right.
start with.
Let me tell you what happened.
I wish you would.
You know where you can ride to make that little loop, a little short loop around that little shelter down at the camp where the hikers is. You know where that is?
Well, what is?
That, and it goes toward that little wooden bridge.
Out of,
All right. Instead of going straight toward the bridge, we took a left up that way. And shouldn't it come up to the top?
Come up the top right out there where you can't. Where people can't. Right out on top.
Well, we come out, it felt like more like towards,
Well, you come out up there, all you have to do
out
is
toward
drop
Elk
off
Garden.
in the thing right up there.
oh shit.
Trey, y'all must have, you must have looped around somehow or another and was heading off toward Elk Garden.
No, we was not trying to go to Elk Garden. You didn't want to go to Elk
I
Garden.
I know you wasn't trying to, but that must have been what you've done. Went toward Elk Garden, then bared down off the left down in that Helton Creek drainage. That's a big old drainage down in there. And there's 3 forks of that creek, North, Middle, and South Fork of Helton Creek. And this boy said you was in Helton Creek. Said you was in Middle Fork. Now it might be Middle Fork of another creek.
Kevin,
He don't even know the name of the creek. He just calls it Middle Fork.
Kevin never did like this mountain up here. He sure won't like it now. Man.
He wrote, it was worse. I'm telling you, it trails about that mud, swamp. It was tough. I mean, I'll never.
I'll tell you what,
Fucking go through there.
That'll really make me enjoy fishing more, won't it?
I said, when that big old rain come, I said, Kevin, I was those old codgers saying, I'm glad I ain't them mother truckers.
You talk about these two old codgers?
Yeah,
You were right.
I said, I bet
You know
they're-
where we were?
In the dry, I can't.
Probably fairly close to you guys, but we've seen the truck driving around.
And you don't got a full boot. That my boot's full of water.
Running down your leg,
Yeah.
into your boot.
All my boot is puddled. And then he's talking about, it's all right, we'll stay in here tonight. I said, hell, I don't want to stay here tonight.
What, in the mountain?
Yeah.
Did you have anything to make a fire with?
Hell no.
What about this? You gonna stay in the mountain?
I don't know what.
Wherever it got dark at, we was going to stay
Well, that would be.
until the next morning.
Well, that was the smart
Still
thing.
been lost the next morning.
No, we just
No,
kept
that
on
would've
going
been the-
down. We just kept.
If you hadn't found your way to somewhere, the smartest thing you could have done is stopped and try to get comfortable for the night.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be wandering around there in the dark.
And Kevin said, I'm going downhill.
Yep.
He said, I'm going down. It'll end up somewhere.
Yep, and he was right.
But I don't know if he wants us to tell him we got lost, but his shoe did come off.
Well, Jay, if it's any consolation, anybody get lost, particularly up there in that daggum fog.
How long's your shoes been on?
His has been shorter than mine.
Wait a minute, I gotta get that on camera. What'd you just say? When Kevin told you he was lost, you were freaking out.
Yep.
We can go right through there. And
Why were you freaking out? Because you didn't like the idea of being
We're
lost?
not even that way. I won't take you to that park.
Take you right straight over on 58 and you go right up to the park. Yeah, it ain't but a damn 2 mile up there. As long as we get there, it don't matter which way.
It don't matter. We're
If
going.
we just get you there and get your horse, and get
Look
you
at all
back, you'll be all right.
Hey, Jack. Last time we was out in Colorado, we're way back up in there, and camped way the heck back in. And these guys come through, there's on goddamn four-wheelers, and they're lost. They didn't know where in the frig they was. And it's getting dark, and they are miles and miles and miles from where they want to be. And they're trying to figure out what to do. And I said, okay, the smartest thing you boys can do is just stay right here. Let me take one of you, go down and get in the four-wheeler, get off here, go down and get our truck, take you around the mountain to where you can get your trailer, then bring it down there and get these four-wheelers. And that's saving them a hell of a mess that they was in. And then finally they decided they'd do that. And I said, oh, wait a minute, one problem. I said, any of you Democrats? They said, shit, no, it ain't none of us Democrats. I said, well, then I'll take you.
I tell you, if I
If
was
you got a
lost,
Democrat in the bunch, you can just work and get yourself out of this mess.
I tell him I'm whatever you are. Don't make nobody
You just
mad.
wanted out there, don't you,
I just
Trey?
went out.
Oh, and them boys was lost big time.
Kevin was.
This is nothing compared to
Kevin's
what
rode
you
this mountain a lot. And Trey's rode it ever since he was a damn kid.
I don't know what we went when we went.
I wouldn't have believed you got lost you in this mountain. We couldn't lose you when you was
7 or 8 years old,
12.
10 years
Because
old.
I had my GPS. Jack Odell, the finest man in the
No,
world.
what you had for a long time, it got you out of that
Well,
was
your
Charlie.
PS was Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie got you out of a lot of that.
I'm sure you lost.
Dude, I apologize. I ain't never following Trey again.
Do what?
I said, I ain't never following Trey again.
Well, he said he'd never following you again. Hey, one of them's lying. One of them's lying.
I'm pretty sure they are. Now you've got proof on it.
Can't believe these boys have rode up here freaking forever and get.
He said you've been up here 35 years.
Yeah.
Come right out up on top. No, we short chucked it. That's what we screwed up. The signs was down. We decided to take a left. We should have fired on out further to the right, and we didn't, I guess. But I don't know how we got over here.
I do. I got a good idea. I don't know the exact route, but I know about what you do.
The only signs I recognized was Cabin Rock Trail, and that's how we ended up over here.
Yeah, that's what I told you. I told you that.
The only signs that I recognized,
Cabin.
names was Cabin Rock.
I told you that they had to come off Cabin Creek. I said that's exactly how they've come. They've come
how we
Cabin
ended
Creek.
up over here. Thank you, man.
Here, take us back.
No, sir.
Here.
No. Thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Positive.
Thank you. Yeah. Trey was starting to freak out on me. He didn't want to be on the
He
news.
said he was. He said, when Kevin said I'm lost, he said, I freaked out.
He started wigging out on me, so I had to just, then I lost that shoot. I just,
Still on?
how should I say this? I found a nice downhill trail,
Yeah.
and I took it, no, that's coming
Get
out
off the
somewhere.
mountain. Get off the mountain.
Yeah, 'cause he said
Kevin said, Trey said, Kevin said, well, we thought about spending the night or something. He wasn't about to spend no damn night. I said, that's the smartest thing you can do. If you get lost and you don't know where you're at and it's starting to get dark, you better park your ass right there and get comfortable.
Made a joke this morning. If we get turned around, it's whatever. And we got turned around.
Say you guys left this morning at 10 o'clock.
I won't be faulting. I'm not going to be faulting.
Somebody ain't happy in there. Oh,
I wish I had that today.
when you said Cabin Rock Trail, Kevin,
Yes.
do you remember years ago what they called the Gate Road?
Yeah.
That's what you came down. That's what this is right here.
Okay.
That's the Gate Road.
Okay.
But there's probably no gates on it now.
There's one.
Was there?
There's one.
There was. If you ever went up it, it used to be loaded with
Yeah.
gates.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this is. It's Middle Fork, Hilton Creek. That's Gate Road.
Got you. What?
And it comes out at Cabin Rock. You know, the way the old trail would ziggy-zag around and everything.
Yeah.
That's where it came out.
I think that's maybe the wrong way or something.
It's a long ways.
Yep.
It's a long way. The way we went, it'll be shorter, I think, going this way, Jack. Don't you?
These guys back here said it was shorter, Dennis, but
What's
I
going?
told them I didn't know how to tell them to come back this way. I don't drive this way.
Put your seatbelt on, Bobo.
What, this way here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know the names of any stores or anything to tell them to take lefts and stuff.
He didn't know where the thing, and I said, where's that gas station that has the food at Log Cabin? He said, down that way. I said, just go that way.
Well, you know, this goes out here, and you turn up to the right, and you go across throughout Garden, or if you just stay on 58, it just brings you out at Conner Rock.
I mean, it wasn't that, when we drove by, it wasn't that far, but we looked for it all day. We was trying to get down there.
Kevin, did it get foggy on you up in there?
Well, I'm not going to blame it on anything, but just, I got lost. I mean, it got a little foggy. I mean, it rained so hard you couldn't see. The water was running down the trail that deep.
Hey.
Yeah. And I told Jack, I didn't get turned around because the alcohol only took 8 and there's still 3 in the...
No, you didn't.
This is my second one standing waiting on y'all come get us.
You didn't drink none.
It's my fault. I just
Maybe if
got,
you'd have drunk 2 or 3 more, you'd have known how to get off that mountain.
we got screwed up on the wrong trail before we got to the top of the mountain. I mean, I know exactly where things went south, but unfortunately I couldn't do the same thing again.
Well, when we get back to camp, you go over at that big billboard. It's got that big old map of the mountain, and you try to figure out where you went. You're still gonna get confused.
Well, the problem is, Terry keeps all of her maps in her horn bag, and I was just going to do a little, just so y'all can laugh your butts off. We rode 24 miles today. not counting what we're getting trailered. And I didn't want to do the,
Well, you had GPS?
yeah, on my phone.
Yeah, GPS. Said you went 24 miles?
Yeah.
Is that not much?
Yeah.
Pretty good little
that's a
ride.
long that's a long ride.
We could have did the high tree rock and not got lost, Trey. We probably not lost the shoe. There was some rough stuff in there.
Oh,
Dennis.
hell yeah.
There's some mean rough stuff we rode.
Man, it was mean. Especially when that rain got us.
But Jack, when I tell you this, don't make me walk. At one point, we was 2.5 miles from Elk Garden.
Yep.
And I could have rode on out Elk Garden and went down and come across Grassy Branch. And I
Yep.
said, Trey, we got plenty of time to go back and find our way off the mountain. And unfortunately, we found our way off the mountain, but it requires truck and trailer.
Well,
But I did tell Trey, guys.
Did you see a sign on top of up on the mountain said 2.5 miles to Elk Garden?
Yeah,
Then you must have been on Briar Ridge.
yep,
You were on Briar Ridge.
yep.
But between, actually, you're right at the very base of Mount Rogers itself, because Mount Rogers, Briar Ridge and Cabin Ridge both come right off the top of Mount Rogers.
We messed up when we talked to 5 or 6 guys there. He was sitting there with a flat map, paper map, and I got to looking at things, and I said, we got to go down, we got to backtrack and pick up trails going to the right. There weren't no trails going to the right.
See, this is South Fork of Elk Creek. This, if you go up that holler right there,
No
it
sign.
comes right out at the base of Elk Garden. In that basin right there below Elk Gardens, where that creek right there that we just passed comes out.
I guess we actually probably couldn't have come off the mountain no farther from camp, could we, Jack? Been hard.
Kevin, you remember when we used to go up in there before there was a Grayson Highland State Park?
Come off.
When you got your ears froze?
Yep.
That was, I mean, before they put all them darn trails in Grayson Highland State Park, I knew where everything up there was.
See, that's what
I
I told-
always knew where it was. After they put them darn trails in, they run every which direction. They're confusing.
I told Trey, I said, we get to Cabin Rock, I said, I know where we're at. I said,
Yeah.
I used to go up in there and hunt with Dennis.
Yeah.
Just
That-
never made it to where
But the frickin' trails they just put, I don't know who put a lot of them trails in, they just put them in going every frickin' which direction. They don't seem to make any rhyme or reason to me.
Years ago when we were turkey hunting and the fog set in, we were on that Forest Service road, or like you could drive it all the way through to the cabin. I don't remember the name of it. Kind of around Feather Camp or the fire tower. We went in there, sat down, and when we come back, we stopped. And I told you this is where we ate
Yeah,
our snacks.
yeah,
We did that today.
yeah.
We took Crescent Trail and looped it back around, and I mean, I'm talking 2.5 to 4 mile different deals. You come back up, and it says Cabin Rock, and I said, I know where Cabin Rock is. So we started riding it. I ain't kidding you. We didn't ride 500 yards. We come to a gate, and I said, Trey, we were here an hour and a half ago.
That's like,
we took a big old loop. I said, son, we were here an hour and a half ago.
see those boot tracks right there? They're our boot tracks.
No joke.
Yeah.
Well, I told Trey, I said, tell Jack it's all my fault. I apologize, but he was saying, well, I don't want to be on the news in the morning.
Why was you going to be on the news for, man?
Lost.
Lost?
Yeah. Search party.
Search party.
Do you, I'm sure Trey don't remember such an animal, but do you remember several years ago,
He was.
Trey, when those
He was
two
about to blow a gasket on me.
when those two students got lost up here? This is what
There's your post office.
there's
Well, he didn't
right
take
there.
us that way.
No.
Oh, see,
And right here you go up, you're going to Elk Garden? Okay.
Yeah.
If you just stay on the highway, it just brings you
Just
right on
watch
brings you right on around to Conorock, but this is going across the mountain. That's actually, you know, that's really a pretty good sized chunk of land in there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that we're back on this side, I know I can understand. I'm starting to understand way more than what I did wrong. Other than following Trey.
God, always my
You'll follow Trey again someday, huh?
He'll learn better and follow you next time, won't he? He'll know better and follow you next time, won't he?
I ain't going
Go
that
to
way.
on a 4-hour ride. Can't find your way back to camp.
We screwed up.
Well,
We buried off the ride.
where Kevin was talking about before, about the crackers and all that stuff.
You was on the left side of
It took me a few minutes to realize we were back right where we was at, you know?
McCrabb.
The scales, yeah.
When you come up, you ought to keep going left till you come to the scale.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
One bar right, you'd have come out over here to Elk Garden.
Like I said, had I had it to do over again around 1:30, I'd have went to Elk Garden.
Amen.
2.5 miles to Elk
And
Garden.
you was right on top of the mountain.
I know.
Right on top. All you had to do is ride straight out across Cabin Ridge, or not Cabin Ridge, but Briar Ridge.
We do it different.
Because between Cabin Ridge and Elk Garden, the only thing is Briar Ridge.
You all
And it's a
went-
big old
you all
wide
went-
sucker.
Instead of going up when y'all went up there, instead of going like you said you was going to do, you went up top of Ortiz and you went to the right.
We went to the right.
Y'all kept going to the damn right.
Yep.
Instead of going up there and turning back left,
Yep.
coming back up on the mountain.
Put
Y'all
ourselves-
kept going right.
We put ourselves on the wrong side of the mountains. Didn't know where we
We
were.
used to go that way to the top of the mountain. The last time I tried to get through there, you couldn't get through that son of a bitch.
Well, it wasn't easy.
We couldn't get through it. We come back. But I know where you come out. Y'all come out to where you turned up the mountain. If you'd have turned right, you'd have come out down in the
If we'd have went on up and well, we didn't decide to do the Lewis Fork until we got up in there. But if we went across the wooden bridge, it'd have been easy peasy, straight up to the top of the mountain. But I will say, I got to ride some trails I don't think I've rode before.
Yeah, me too.
I might have walked them, but I ain't never rode them.
Yeah, you walked that whole thing.
I guarantee you, I hoofed it, but it's downhill.
How long your shoes been on?
Well, you
3
did.
weeks. 3 weeks.
Well, when you decided to go downhill, that was a smart decision,
shit.
though.
And I ain't gonna say nothing about that.
No.
We was in some,
I'm telling you, we
were in some mean stuff. We were in some mean stuff. Mean. Then after that storm, we were dropping down in the mud and water. That
Wait a minute. What is it you want again, Trey?
food, dry clothes.
He wants supper. He wants to be fed. He wants supper. He wants dry clothes. You don't want much.
Good Lord brought us out. That's all I care.
But I tell you,
when we come out of Middle Fork, started walking out of Middle Fork, GPS man come up. I flagged him down. I said, "Where are we?" He said, "Excuse me?" I said, "Where are we?" He said, "Middle Fork." I said, "I don't help you," but I said, "Where are we towards the Horse Cake, Fox Creek?" He turned his UPS truck off. He got his little GPS thing out, and he goes, because he was pinged. I'm sure it was his own maybe tracking him at work or whatever. He said, "You're here." He said, "You need to be over here." I said, "Lord have mercy." I said, "I've missed the mark. Bad."
He was saying good luck.
He said, "I wish I could help y'all." I said, "Open that back door up. Let's see if we can put 2 horses on."
We'll pay for the shipping.
No, I'm just saying, you can take your phone and find northeast and west, but if you ain't got a point to go back to, it don't do you no good.
yeah.
I didn't know what, Trey kept saying, "You worried? You worried?" I said, "No." I said, "You worry, you panic, you make bad decisions." I said, "And if you worry You're taking God out of the equation. We will be fine. It might be Sunday, but we will get back out.
Yeah, we'll
He
get out.
says, son, you might now. No.
You didn't like it, huh?
Did you want to stay on that mountain tonight?
No.
Oh,
I don't-
he was wigging out on me.
When I saw those campers, I said, at least we got campers to stay in.
He said he's getting back to the. He said when he got back to the campground, he was going to hug and kiss your bald head, and he was retired and he was done riding. He did. He's like, well, hug Papa's neck, kiss his bald head, and I'm done.
Done riding, that's the end of it, huh?
Trey just goes his off.
And then I calmed him down. I said, Trey, just let me ride in the front from now on.
You remember years,
Big horse came.
yeah, here's the horse cam. Years and years ago,
See, there ain't no horses in there.
when Trey would come up here, just a little old fart, he'd take off and we might not see him for an hour or two. Jack said he'll be over at the store. And the time we'd get over to the store, Trey would have a bill run up for Jack to pay. But he didn't get lost at all because he had Charlie. Charlie knew where Charlie was at.
He just threw Charlie wherever
And Charlie
he wanted to
took
go.
care of Kevin. I mean, Trey.
He rode Charlie where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
Charlie, he wanted to go about where he could stop.
But I would ask Jack, I said, Jack, we hadn't seen Trey in quite a while. You reckon we ought to try to buy him? He'll be, he's fine. He's fine. He'll be fine. We'll find him over the store. My God, that's what we'd do.
We didn't have a horse.
You didn't have Charlie with you.
Maybe you wouldn't turn your horse loose. That was a mistake, Trey.
Hey, I'm glad I didn't take cash either.
Oh boy, yeah. That's another good thing you did. Boy, this whole country up here has changed now. When you look at these two stores here, closed down. You remember when Weaver's, this first little store here, that was a bustling place, buddy.
Nope.
How much beer you reckon went through this store right here? A pile of it, buddy. And I couldn't believe it. Astor sold that store and they went right next door and built another one.
That's like he built it for a spite, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, that was a dirty trick. I liked Astor, but that was a dirty trick.
People.
Well, let me ask you something, Trey. Are you glad to be where you are right now?
Yep, in this nice old truck
Okay.
and camp.
You're gonna get to eat.
Trey,
You're gonna
we
get
up
to
there
eat a
need-
bite here in a minute. Get you some warm,
Need to
dry
see
clothes.
somebody, Jack. I told Trey.
I've
I
even
said,
got a. If it ain't
I
gone
said,
out,
here
I've
we
even got
are.
a fire going. It might have gone out. We've been going a long time.
We never seen a soul. Never passed another horse all day. Never passed a horse all
No,
day.
just hikers. One girl
So you
might
couldn't
have
even find nobody to even ask where you were, huh?
No.
just pulled somewhere easy.
Like I said, Jack, I apologize I hadn't come to get us.
Well, hell, it's not to me.
Kevin?
Not to me, one bit.
It happens.
Yep.
Oh,
This old chick
Kevin, your hat looks like it's got wet.
got wet. Lost his shape too.
That's what I'm saying.
It weighs 15 pounds more than it did this morning. Oh, mercy.
Are you glad to be home?
I ain't home yet. Hey, I'm as glad right now as I was to see y'all pull up.
I get sleep.
You got some more boots or foot gear?
Yeah.
Good. Because them boots look like they're soaked.
You might get some water out of them.
They're soaked.
Well, hey, I'm sorry again. Hey, that was fun, man. We made it. Yeah. Deal. I had a good time, man. Well, I did too.
Trey, this will be a ride to remember.
Yeah.
And I won't let you forget.
Oh, we'll have that on video. We can't lie on that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Kevin, I told Trey, I said, one thing about it, it's a ride to remember.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, and I won't let you forget, because I got this right here.
Yeah.
No,
Jack?
a couple of three times.
Trey and I've been wanting to take a long one-way trip, and you come pick us up. This don't count. This wasn't planned.
This was trial.
This was a
Somebody
trial
go
thing.
get you at the other end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't planned. But I do appreciate you doing that for us. Like I said, it's one of them deals.
Would you have done the same for us?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
I'd
Yep.
have done that if I was at home.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
we know
swear come
that.
up.
Oh yeah, we know that.
I wasn't really all that worried, but I was beginning to worry about it.
Well, I can't believe it. I sat right here, Don. I said they're lost. I said they're lost. And I said they're lost.
Oh, yeah.
When Jack said they've been gone 7 hours, and I said they're lost.
Oh, yeah.
Guarantee you they're lost. What I thought, because from here it looked really foggy. I said you got up there and got to turn around that fog. And once you get turned around, it's harder than hell to find your bearings again.
I come out up there and didn't know where it was to start with. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do I, Jack?
Probably watch that a little bit.
When I got up
Watch it. Oh,
When I
well.
got up on top,
You got it going?
I don't know how much, maybe too much.
when I got up on top, I couldn't find nothing. I couldn't find no signs. I mean, literally the signs that you read, I couldn't find anything, and I
Yeah.
just started floundering.
Well, there's not anybody riding to speak of anymore. And you know, all that signage and all that stuff, that's volunteers.
Well, I'm just telling you, the posts that had the little wooden signs and stuff, the wooden signs that were, the post was there, but the wooden signs weren't there.
That's what I'm saying. Most,
They
I mean,
weren't laying
I
on the
guess,
ground.
I guess the Forest Service pays for the signs and stuff, but 99% of that trail work, that's volunteers.
Yeah.
Be careful, Kevin. Be careful. I said, be careful. I'd say we'll be going home in the morning. I'm too laid back. I just sit back and
I
enjoy
bet
it.
he's glad to get out of here.
I guarantee he's glad. I guarantee you're glad your hind end's back here
And
in
a
town.
$100 ride here. It
Yeah,
cost him $100 ride here today.
He paid that guy $100 to bring you over here, didn't
Yeah,
he? Guy tried to give him the money back.
yeah, he did.
It was worth $100.
Oh, well, hell yeah. If I had $100 with me, I would give him $100.
Hey. Well, after the ordeal that Trey and Kevin went through today, this little horse has been upset that he's been tied up here for several days. He's happy to be back right now. But what he's getting antsy about is Jack and Trey. Jack and Trey's bringing him a sack of hay over here. And he's saying, "Hurry, Trey." Your horse is saying, "Hurry up, Trey. I'm hungry."
Well deserved this batch of hay.
I told you to come down here and look at this map. It won't none of it make any sense.
He didn't want, he's ready to go home. I don't blame him.
Who's ready to go home?
Old Calvin.
No. I said, Jack, come down here and look at that.
All right. Where is that?
You know where Kevin was when we went to pick you up?
Huh?
Where was Kevin at on that map when we went over? When we went over in areas with the horses. Where was Kevin?
That's Foxhorse Campground.
Right there where it says you are here.
Yeah.
That's right there at that sign. That's where we're standing.
All right. So we went out that way, didn't we?
Yeah.
So
There's Lewis Fork right here.
where we turned off to go to, it's the first one.
It's right here.
Right here.
Right there. Yeah.
And
And I don't know where you went after it. You know where we found you?
where?
Right here. See right here? That's coming down through all them old houses, all the way
Yeah.
down there, and the highway's way down here.
Yeah.
That's where we picked. Here's the highway over here, and it comes into 58 over here, and you come all the way back around. And we picked you up about right here. That's where Kevin was, somewhere right around in here. Way below this road. Right up here
Yeah.
is where he found the way going off the mountain. Come on this road. You come down here and you come off of National Forest and you get into all that private land, all
Yeah.
the bad houses. That's all
Yeah.
right in here, all the way down to almost to the highway, which is way down
Yeah,
here.
we went out.
Yep. You come off this right here. Cabin Ridge is where you come
Yeah.
off of.
Yeah.
And when they said 2.5 miles to Rhododendron Gap, you was probably right here. Well, no, not Rhododendron, but Elk Garden. You was probably right in here somewhere. Probably. Could have been right here, but probably right there.
What does that one say?
It says Thomas Rock Shelter. Was you at a shelter up there any time that you know of?
No.
Well, you're probably right in here when it said 2.5 miles for Virginia Hunt. If you'd have taken this right here, which is the Crest Trail, and this goes all the way out to Elk Garden, okay? No, that's the Appalachian right there. Here's the Crest Trail coming this way, okay? The horse trail. The other one's the foot trail. But when the old boy said he was looking for Mount Rogers, so here's top of Mount Rogers, where this trail ends. That's just a foot trail up here, just through steep, heavy woods. And when you get up there, you can't see nothing.
Hell, we was more close of it than he would ever.
Yes, you was. You were.
This is
But
right there.
this is what they called the gate road for a long time. You come in down here and there's all kinds of gates. You zigzag around.
Yeah.
Then when you get up here to the property boundary, you come out here and there's still 2 or 3 more zigzags to get up to Cabin Ridge. See, there wasn't no trail. This trail wasn't even in there. None of these trails. I used to come out here and it ended right there. And I used to hunt all over it.
They didn't have no signs or anything right there.
No, I'm sure they don't.
We looked and there wasn't no signs.
No, they're not. All these trails are kept up, and the signs and everything put up by volunteers. Forest Service ain't doing that. Volunteers. If there's not enough enough people up here to keep them up, you can go up there and put them trail signs up. Go see the Forest Service, they'll furnish you a sign, you go up there and put them up.
I ain't going back.
Then the next person up there know where they're at.
Nah, they just do what me and Kevin did.
But it's volunteers, Trey. It ain't the Forest Service. They don't put up them signs and all that stuff to speak of. It's mostly
Yeah, 'cause that guy
It's mostly-
that was riding today, they said they cut trees down the other day.
yeah, it's volunteers.
Yes.
It's the morning after the big loft. Trey was sleeping good last night. He was thankful to be in camp. Trey said when Kevin told him that he was lost, he said, I freaked out. I freaked out.